Coming up on this episode of SEVA TV, we learn about littering, clean up the cafeteria, and work on our gardening skills. Stay tuned for all of this and more on SEVA TV. Hello and welcome to SEVA TV. My name is Yusuf and I'm so excited to be your host today. Let's start this episode discussing a growing problem that we see every day, littering. Maybe you see litter on the sidewalk or in the river. Either way, it's important to understand this problem and how we can prevent littering from ruining our environment. We are going to share a few public service announcements regarding this topic. But first, we talk to Rex from Florence Markofer Elementary School.
Hi, my name is Rex, and I go to Markofer. Our video is about don't litter, it's easy. I want them to learn that it's harder to pick garbage up and throw it away than put it away in the garbage faster. Easier. I wrote a camera and an actor. My favorite part is when I say it's easy.
It's our school. It's easy. It's simple. It's responsible. You can make it happen.
Even littering can make this beautiful school look bad. Do your part to keep the school clean. If every Arden student picks up one piece of trash every day, we would pick up 190,000 pieces of trash. There is a trash can on every floor, and there are many outside too. Be a part of the solution, not the pollution. Leave no trace. Scan this QR code for more information or visit conserve-energy-future.com.
Now we all know smoking is bad for us, but we also need to say no to drugs as those are harmful substances as well. Benjamin is here to give us insight about drugs and their negative effects.
I'm done, Mr. Johnson.
I'm not surprised, another 100%. You know you're one of the best students in my class, Jerry. I'm proud of you.
I just get my work done, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, class. You have a big test coming up next Friday on everything we learned last semester. I'll be handing out a study guide that'll help you with the test. It's due next Thursday. The test itself is worth 70% of your grades, so please make sure you get the study guide done. It's very important.
Bro, why is he making us take a test every week? Why we can't take a break? Jerry, you stressing for once?
Every test we take, I study so much and I just totally forgot how to do these problems.
I mean, if you stressing, you can always take a hit with me after class.
A hit of what?
Weed. I'm finna roll one up after class. I mean, you live once, right?
I guess.
The test itself is worth 70% of your grades, so please make sure you get the study guide done. It's very important.
Okay, Jerry. Never thought you would come kick it with me, though. Let's go.
I mean, you only live once, right?
Benny and Tyler are here. Nathan and Jerry. Where are Nathan and Jerry at?
That was funny, bro.
Where have you guys been?
We're here, Mr. Johnson. We just gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I had to use the bathroom real bad.
All right, let's get started with today's lesson. Everybody turn in their study guides.
Oh, shoot. Yo, I forgot to do the study guide, Nathan. Bro, why are you looking at me? I didn't do it either. Bro, I totally forgot about the study guide. I was with you the whole week. What did I do?
Nathan and Jerry, study guides, please.
I forgot to do it, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, Jerry, see me after class.
Why me? Nathan ain't do it either.
Jerry, your attendance these last few days has got me worried. 4 days in a row you've been late to class, and you're not doing your homework anymore. Is there something going on?
Yeah, I've been doing fine. I just need a break sometimes, you know?
I understand that some need breaks, even I do, but those breaks add up, Jerry. Is Nathan interfering with your work?
No, never. Nathan's cool.
I know Nathan is a cool kid, and I'm not saying he's a bad influence on you, but I have noticed a change in you since you've been hanging out with him. Now, I can't decide for you to hang out with him. The choice is up to you.
Yeah, I've sort of changed a bit.
Yes, you have, and I can see. Anyway, I'm going to give you another day for you to complete your study guide.
Thank you, but I've just been struggling with it.
Anything you put your mind to, you can achieve. Hard work pays off. You know, I had a teacher tell me one time, and it really resounds with me today. He said, would you rather endure the pain of regret or the pain of hard work? You'll understand what I mean one day, Jerry.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'll take note of that.
Yo, what did he say? You ain't snitch on me, right?
Oh, bro, he was just talking about my attendance and stuff.
Man, forget about that, bro. Let's go roll one up after school.
Probably skip out today, Nathan. I gotta go do my schoolwork.
Man, who am I gonna smoke with, bro?
Oh, thank you. And here you go. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Jerry. Wow, first 100% of the day. Good job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I appreciate it.
Hey, yo, Jerry, you try to go smoke? Now's the best time.
I'm alright, Nathan. It's not worth it.
Bro, come on, bro.
California always seems to be in an endless drought, but what can we do to help this situation? Next up, we watch videos from students from Will Rogers Middle School that give us some tips on how to consume less water.
When we're in a drought, we start to doubt. We need water for the trees, water for the leaves. We gotta save water. Less water from the shower, more water to the tower, check for leaks. More water for the creeks, use it for the sprinkler, save our water. It's gonna get hot and hotter. You know what we need to do? To save our water.
Speaking of water, the American River right here in Sacramento is facing pollution threats. We discussed this with Emma from Del Paso Manor Elementary School to find out more.
My name is Emma. I go to Del Paso Manor, and the name of my video is American River Pollution. My video kind of explains how there's a lot of pollution happening at the river because of humans, and how you can stop this by doing multiple steps. I want them to learn how much pollution is at the river and what they can do to help stop it spread. I had to film my shots. I also had to reach out to people and interview them, and then I had to go and edit all the footage and put a voiceover over it and text and titles and things like that. I liked editing. It's just fun to be able to move things around and see how it works and like change it accordingly. Definitely get more shots than you probably need, because you don't want to go out multiple times and have to reshoot things. It's better to just do it in one run and to try to get the shots you need all at once. So it's always good to do extra.
A common place to go fish or take a walk in Sacramento is the American River. However, you might not realize how much pollution is in the area, affecting wildlife and animals that live there. Maybe you've encountered pollution while at the American River. You're not the only person to experience this. Plenty of trash is left at the river, whether it's lids, paper, or even shoes. The list goes on and on. Too many plants can also have lots of impact on the environment.
Those chemicals that they use, like pesticides, herbicides, all those kind of things, they start to run off into the water. And when it gets into the water, it starts to grow a type of plant that we call algae. And that algae is starting to affect the oxygen level in the water. And that starts to make the water not as healthy. And when you don't have healthy water, then you can't have healthy wildlife.
You could see maybe like a sheen on the top of the water when, you know, it's reflecting, like there might be oil or something like a petroleum product that's in there.
A lot of damage is already done to the environment, but there are ways you can prevent these things from happening, such as picking up a piece of trash when you see one.
If we think that, oh, it's just going to go down the storm drain, we don't need to worry about it, we have to think, oh, this is going down the storm drain. What can I do to make sure that it doesn't end up in the water? What can I do instead? Those kind of things is really what we want to do, just to make everyday differences.
A lot of it is just do it yourself. And so we call it, now we're calling it, our organization, Random Acts of Cleanup. And we encourage people to just pick up garbage that they see.
Pollution has spread vastly at the American River. However, if we take simple steps like picking up trash when we see it, we can create a better environment.
Thanks for that awesome video, Emma. Next, we are going to learn about the negative impacts of fracking.
Hydraulic fracking, otherwise known as fracking, is the process which usually involves injecting water, sand, and chemicals under high pressure into bedrock to extract natural gases and oils from the ground.
The CER-CLA is a Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation Liability Act. Ever since the history of fracking, it created a problem on Earth which caused our government to create this act. Before this act was issued, oils and gas industries believed those oils on the site or dump them into waters. This causes more pollution and troubles later on in life. Thanks to the CER-CLA, it has successfully cleaned up over 400 contaminated sites in the past 3 decades.
I just worry that it goes too far, that it just assumes the worst of the industry. And it requires all sorts of procedures to be done, which will make it more expensive and not really, in my mind, buy us that much safety. I think you can buy almost all the safety you can pretty inexpensively, and to require very harsh measures, very extreme measures to get this done is counterproductive. I think this is an industry that can help save the world.
But Richard Mueller himself is not against the idea of laws preventing the amount of limitations oil companies have. In fact, a lot of people share the same view that there should be laws limiting the amount of control that oil companies have, but the CRCLA might not be the right one.
I'd like them to make more laws, but more thoughtful laws, laws that don't unnecessarily drive up the expense for very little value. And I think laws that are designed to punish people, to make their industry go away, is not a thoughtful law. I think what you want to do is to recognize there's great value in these things, and you need to regulate them so that they are kept safe.
Some tools that are used to collect oils and gases are strip-blended mixes, fluid tanks, high-pressure treating iron, and many more tools to collect this popular product. That fracking can contain is pollution, global warming, public health, drinking water contamination, and blowouts in underground supplies. But there are also questions that we need to prioritize. What would the world look like without our oils and gases, and how would they provide our advancements?
Fracking can affect the environment in a bad way in several ways. One of is local pollution. And in the beginning of fracking, that was a serious problem because the wildcatters who were doing this were not being very careful, and they were dumping dirty water into the environment. That's been mostly cleaned up, and that's easily stopped by regulation. Just fine the people who do such things. The biggest issue right now is that fracking is enormously helping the environment by reducing the carbon emissions of the United States.
See that happening all over the country, and we're not discussing how to tax, how to regulate, how to make fracking safe or safer. Instead, what we're discussing is this kind of unreal issue of frack or not frack, and that's not really the issue. Most of the laws are set up to enable drilling.
According to the EPA, construction completion is a milestone that indicates all construction required for the cleanup and the entire site has been cleaned, even if the cleaning has not been completed. For example, a groundwater treatment system has been conducted, though it may need to operate for years in order for all impure substances to be removed from the groundwater. We have also found information about statistic, SAA, more commonly known as Superfund Alternative Approach. In 2012, 22 construction sites were cleaned up. For 2013, 14. In 2014, 8. 2015, 4. 2016, 11 construction sites were cleaned up. For 2017, 10. 2018, 12. And 2019, 14.
We wanted an opinion in the front line, so we thought we could talk to an expert.
I know there's a lot of history that isn't good, you know, and even before the COVID shutdowns, there was, I guess you saw some kind of downturn in the oil and gas economy.
So although she designs a lot of projects, most of them now are different. ExxonMobil is not making fancy new designs or having elaborate prototypes for new products. They are making designs to try to convince people that their work nowadays is intended for good, and that they are not trying to destroy the environment, they are trying to save it.
Making any more gasoline, we're not making any more money. It is only a debit to clean what we put out in the air or to treat something before it can go into the water, that kind of.
You can also ask yourself this question: what is your opinion on fracking? So as you can see, as oils and gases are decreasing by the minute and countries are debating over these valuable products that we have traded for generations, it's time to find a solution to save the economy while helping our environment.
So what can we do as students to help our environment? The students from McCaffrey Middle School have formed an environmental club to help preserve our outdoors.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Hagdahl. And I'm Mrs. Mino.
And we're here to tell you about the McCaffrey Middle School Environmental Club.
It is open to all students.
So stay tuned to KDOG and your science teachers to find out more about when and where. What are we going to do in the Environmental Club, Miss Mino?
Oh my gosh, we're going to do lots of stuff and things. Go hiking. Bird watching.
Plant a tree. This oak forest was actually planted by Galt Elementary School children many years ago.
Go canoeing.
Hope to see you at the McCaffrey Middle School Environmental Club.
What if I told you there was a giant six-legged beast living inside your home right now called a cockroach? Actually, they're only an inch or so long, but it is important to know how to prevent these critters from entering your home and who you're gonna call if they do.
In warm weather, cockroaches are more likely to infest your neighborhood looking for water sources. To help combat these pesky pests, here are some practical tips. Eliminate potential food, water, and shelter sources that attract pests. Keep lids closed on outdoor trash cans. And make sure to seal cracks and crevices around your home. If you do spot a possible infestation, call the stormwater utility for storm drains, pest control for your property, and Sac Sewer for sewer manholes. Learn more at sacsewer.com.
Nobody likes eating in a dirty cafeteria. Let's watch this creative video from Sunrise Elementary School. But first, we tune in with Emma behind the scenes.
My name is Emma and I go to Sunrise Elementary School. I'm a Spartan TV media student. Mr. Harding is a cool and funny media teacher. He always makes time for his media students and wants us to learn new skills. He pushes us to work hard and focus on completing videos. I like Mr. Harding because he is kind, funny, and very patient.
What's going on over there?
I don't know, but they're really messy.
How messy their table and how dirty the floor is.
They were told to put their trash in a trash can.
I tried to tell them. I told them to pick their trash up.
That was a great video, Emma. Gardening seems to be a delicate task, keeping a plant in the perfect condition to grow and survive. Next, let's look at the perfect watering technique in this video from John Barrett Middle School.
Are you paranoid that you're overwatering your plants? Well, I'm here to help. So here's for signs that your plants might be getting overwatered. Sign number 1. When overwatered, foliage turns brown. Sign number 2. The stem will most likely be squishy or soft. Number 3 and 4 really depends on what plant you're growing, but if flies are really attracted to the soil of your plant, or if the soil is wet, then most likely you're overwatering your plant. If you want to catch your plants before they start dying, you could always buy a moisture meter. I got this one off of Amazon. In the little window here, you can see that it says dry, moist, and wet. If you stick the meter into your soil of plant and it comes up as dry, then you haven't watered your plant enough. If it comes up as moist, then you've watered it just the right amount. And if it comes up as wet, then you've watered it too much. Sign number 1. When overwatered, foliage turns brown. Sign number 2. The stem will most likely be squishy or soft. If the soil is wet, then most likely you're overwatering your plant. And that's all the tips and tricks that I know since becoming a plant collector. Happy planting!
Let's end this episode with a climate change call for action video from Arcade Middle School.
Some people say that climate change isn't real. Scientists say that if we don't do something by 2040, that its effects will be irreversible. That's not a world I look forward to, so I'm asking each and every one of you to do something about it every day. Like turn off the lights, set your AC higher, get an electric vehicle, recycle, and make fewer car trips. I mean, every one of us, every day, and maybe we can get a handle on this thing, and we won't have to live in a world with an inhospitable climate.
In one day. What will they do when the ocean rises when the polar ice caps melt? Rainfall in one day.
That's all we have for you today, but guess what? We have more episodes and even more videos, so if you want to check out anything else brought to you by the SECC, like the SEVAs, go to secctv.org for more information. My name is Yusuf, and thanks for joining me for this episode of SEVA TV. See you next time.